准备。起。教官。
You're watching a memorial service marking China's Martyrs' Day in Tian'anmen Square in central Beijing. And China's top leadership, led by President Xi Jinping, have attended this solemn ceremony. And earlier they have presented flowers to the monument to the people's heroes. And a minute of silence was also paid to the fallen heroes for China's national independence and prosperity. State leaders, including President Xi Jinping, attended this tribute ceremony, and they're still now paying tribute to the monument to the people's heroes. And they are joined by representatives of veterans, martyrs' families, and other representatives from all walks of life in China. And in 2014, the National People's Congress designated September 30th as Martyrs' Day to commemorate those who lost their lives fighting for national independence and prosperity. And the date is one day before China's National Day on October 1st. And you can see that is the monument to the people's hero, which has stood on Tian'anmen Square in central Beijing for more than half a century. And now representatives of China's youngsters are paying their tribute to the monument to the people's heroes. And earlier they also sang a song named the Young Pioneers Song to honor the martyrs and also show their determination to build a prosperous and strong country by their own efforts. Now representatives from all walks of life and veterans, as well as martyrs' families, are paying their tribute to the monument. And this monument to the people's heroes was established to honor those heroes who paid the ultimate price for national independence and freedom and well-being of the Chinese people. Youngsters and representatives from all walks of life are presenting flowers to the monument to show their respect to the fallen heroes. And it's believed that China has about 20 million martyrs in its modern history. And in addition, September 30th, the very date of China's Martyrs' Day, was also the day on which the foundations were laid for the monument to the people's heroes. And China has a long tradition of commemorating and honoring martyrs and other heroes who contributed greatly to the nation's development. About 100 million people visit martyrs' graves around the country every year, and films, TV series and books about martyrs' achievements are also very popular in the country. The government also supports martyrs' families. Central authorities have issued regulations to protect facilities commemorating martyrs and increase the pensions for martyrs' families 23 times since the year 1978. About 200,000 martyrs' families now benefit from government pensions. Each urban family receives over 13,000 yuan, or about $2,200 every year. In rural families, some 8,000 yuan. They also enjoy preferential policies in education, employment, and other fields. Now you're watching live footage from Tian'anmen Square in central Beijing. A memorial service marking China's Martyrs' Day is taking place in the heart of the Chinese capital. Earlier, China's top leadership, led by President Xi Jinping, paid tribute to the fallen heroes, and now representatives from all walks of life are paying their own tribute to the national heroes. They also present flowers to the monument to the people's heroes. And for more insight into the occasion, let's talk to Current affairs commentator Victor Gao in the studio. So Victor, what do you make of this solemn ceremony?
It's a very solemn occasion, and I think it's also very touching, emotionally charged, and I think it reminds all of us, the whole Chinese nation, of the past history, China today, as well as the future direction. So I think it's a very important occasion for the whole nation to pause and reflect on all these martyrs who sacrificed their lives and the great contributions they have made and the solid foundation of this People's Republic as well as China today. And I think this heralds well for the future that the younger generation of our Chinese nation will eventually inherit. And I think it combines, as I mentioned, the past, the present, and the future, China today with its glorious history and the bright future, and increasingly prosperous future together. This is the great significance of honoring the martyrs today.
And Victor, we see that China's top leadership have attended this solemn ceremony led by President Xi Jinping. What does that tell?
Well, China is led by the Communist Party of China, and this is enshrined in the Chinese Constitution. I think the 7 members of the Standing Committee of the Politburo, of the Central Committee of the Communist Party of China were all there. And I think all the 25 members of the Politburo were all there. And I would say many members of the Central Committee of the Communist Party of China who were in Beijing or who are in Beijing today were also there on the square attending this memorial service. But equally importantly, I would say, the younger generation, the pioneers, the young pioneers, as we mentioned, who sang the beautiful song of the Young Pioneer Song, as well as the veterans, some of whom had to be helped by others to walk up to the monument, to lay flowers, to honor the martyrs, for example. So you see not only people of different age groups, but also people from all nationalities from China, 56 of them altogether, as well as representatives from all walks of life. When we talk about martyrs, it's no longer just the war martyrs who fought in battles and in wars, but also martyrs who emerge from the ordinary people in our daily lives whenever there are disasters, for example, accidents, etc. So we are not only talking about martyrs many decades ago or in very remote battlegrounds, for example, but martyrs who actually happen today. And this combines our consciousness, our awareness, and all together. So it's very much reminding of the daily life in Chinese society today.
Well, Victor, I saw you pay silent tribute to the martyrs in the studio and got a little bit emotional. Do you have any personal memory or contacts with the martyrs?
Oh, definitely. Definitely. I think I study history a great deal, and I had the great privilege of working for the top Chinese party and state leaders, and I traveled extensively with them, both domestically in China as well as internationally. And I know that important state occasions like this carry a lot of significance. It's not only important to the people directly involved, to all these state leaders, party leaders, military leaders who are gathered on the square to honor the martyrs, but it's actually touching the whole Chinese nation. It's very much part of the national psyche, as we can call it. And I think it's a great honor for me today to be in the studio to talk about these important events, but also honoring the martyrs by paying the silent tribute in the studio is a very important occasion to me. It reminds me of all the great leaders that I had the great honor of working with, and all the heroic deeds that they personally recommended. Many of them actually were high-ranking party, government, and military commanders. And many of their followers actually sacrificed their lives for the founding of this People's Republic, for the great development and transformation of this great country in peaceful time.